Very good evening to you. I'm Lisa Broom with the Christmas edition of the CBC Evening News. In our top story tonight, in a festive but sobering Christmas message to the nation, Prime Minister Fendel Stewart says it fills him with joy to address Barbadians on the celebration of an event that never grows old. The Prime Minister says while the focus at Christmas is usually on baby Jesus, this year he wants to focus on Mary and Joseph.
In the same way that good, responsible citizenship by Mary and Joseph 2,000 years ago prepared the way for the miracle of a virgin birth that would guarantee the redemption of fallen man, so too, good, responsible citizenship on our part can today, in our time, lay the foundation for bringing to fruition the miracles for which we hope. The Christmas story teaches us that it is not in avoiding our duties as citizens that miracles will happen. It is rather in discharging our duties as citizens that the miracles we so earnestly desire and of which we so passionately speak can take place.
In his message, Acting Governor-General Sir Philip Graves stressed that the essence of Christmas remains foremost in our lives.
The birth of Jesus Christ over 2,000 years and the significance of his birth to mankind is the reason we celebrate. As we reflect on the birth of the Christ child in a lonely manger, without pomp and pageantry, we are reminded that lowly origins are no barriers to greatness. The mission of Jesus and his life on earth was to preach peace, brotherly love, and compassion. Accordingly, his life was one of service to his fellow man.
Meanwhile, opposition leader Mia Mottley says while Barbadians are facing tough economic times, they must cling to the unity that envelops the season.
Today, as we celebrate God's gift of his only begotten Son, and as we recall his sacrifice, let us spare a thought and a prayer for our nation and our fellow Barbadians. We know that there is nothing that we cannot overcome if we are united in the same cause. That has been our experience. That has been the experience of our foreparents. I want to pray God's blessings on each and every Barbadian, no matter where you are, no matter what your faith, no matter what your circumstances. We can do this all together, but we need to work together and to love one another.
Archbishop of the West Indies and Anglican Bishop of Barbados, the Most Reverend Dr. John Holder, is encouraging Barbadians to remember the true meaning of Christmas. He says too often people are caught up in the revelry of the season without giving thought to the significance of Christmas Day. Reverend Dr. Holder wants Barbadians to use the example of Jesus' life as a guide for their own.
As we celebrate the birth of our Lord, let us be guided by the message of St. Matthew and never become prisoners of power and control, but be experiences of love, freedom, and peace for others, even as Jesus was. Accept the guidance of St. Luke and proclaim through our lives the belief that God embraces the poor and the humble. We can be experiences of this condition for the less fortunate, even as Jesus was. Our celebrations at this time should therefore lead to our commitment to be experiences of love, freedom, and peace.
And the Barbadian tradition of Christmas in the Park continues to be a major part of celebrations for some. However, there's been a significant fall-off in numbers this time around. Kareem Smith reports.
From our reports, this year's Christmas in the Park has seen a fall-off in numbers. However, the quality of the dress, the quality of the performances, and the general vibe has remained the same. The modest crowd included families, friends, locals, and tourists, all dressed to impress and in a festive mood. Among them, former Chief Medical Officer Dr. Joy St. John, who is back from her first stint as chairman of the World Health Organization's Executive Board in Geneva, Switzerland. She feels like $1 million.
Energy on a Christmas morning is one of the things that I look forward to. And the sunshine, it didn't rain this year, so that's wonderful.
Many others shared her sentiments.
It was my mom's tradition, and she used to bring us every year. So now that she has gone 2 years ago, I come all the time, but I brought my grandson, and I'm taking him into that tradition.
This is my first time coming back. I got married here in February, so yeah, so just came back.
I'm from Jamaica, but I love Barbados. I not give up Jamaica, but you don't know. My husband is Barbadian, I'm supportive.
Amid the excitement about the event was a measure of disappointment with a turnout that was well below average.
Not much attendance. I think it's kind of tough for everybody, and you know, people are shying away. Maybe too, they were thinking it's going to rain, and yesterday was Sunday, so a lot of people went to church maybe and give God praises and just forget about today coming in the park. But I think we should keep it up.
Over the last 5 to so years, it have been a massive crowd, but this year it has lessened down.
He has a message for those who didn't make it due to financial difficulties.
You just gotta seek God, and He will help you to get here. And that's what I did, because I didn't have no money, and God opened the door for me. I got a new suit. Let's smash in, feel happy, being in the park this morning, listening to the Royal Barbados Police Force Band.
Nevertheless, they thoroughly enjoyed excellent performances from the Royal Barbados Police Force Band, the Promise Band, and other performers. An indication that the annual tradition is still very much alive. Kareem Smith, Cbc News.
Thanks very much, Kareem, and we'll be back with more after this break.